Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be doing a video about adult novels that I really want to read. I kind of want to branch out into the more new adult and adult genres out there because I want to diversify this channel a little bit more for the audience that does not necessarily read young adult books. Which does not mean I'm going to stop talking about young adult books, not at all. Majority of these videos will be young adult books, discussions, and just talks and hauls, but I do want to kind of add in there some adult books for the audience that doesn't necessarily read young adult books. You get me? You get me? Okay, good. Okay, so what is defined as an adult novel? So I tried to look up a description of an adult novel, but there isn't really any, but really what I've been getting from what I've been reading is that young adult is for, you know, younger children, younger kids, teenagers, but they can also branch out into the older people out there. I know that I'm gonna be reading young adult until I'm like 100, but that's primarily what it's about. It's about main characters being between the ages of 13 and 18 or 20. So that's really what the young adult genre is, and then there's new adult, which kind of spans from 18 to 30-year-old main characters, and then there's the adult genre, which is pretty much everything and anybody, and has mainly characters with older age ranges, but of course it can also expand to younger age ranges and whatnot. So it's really expansive. I haven't been able to find a really great definition about it, but that's really what I'm talking about today. Just books that aren't in the young adult section of a bookstore. That's a better description of it. So the books I'm going to be talking about today are books that aren't found in the young adult section of a bookstore. They're found in the other section. And I hope you enjoy this video, guys. If you want to see more of these videos, please give this video a thumbs up and tell me down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sasha Alsberg. And I also have a second channel where I talk about stuff that isn't book related. I go and vlog, I go and talk about random stuff. I'll be doing some fun story times as well. So if you want to go check that out, it'll be in the down bar below. Okay, so on with this video because I'm done with self-promotion. I am so sorry. So this first author, I love her books. I've read one of her books before and I cannot wait to continue on with her novels, and that is Susanna Kearsley, and this book is The Winter Sea. This is such an amazing book, and I've read a little bit of it. I've listened to audiobook of it a little bit, and I cannot wait to finish it because it's such a beautifully done novel. This book is about an author named Carrie, and she is going to Scotland to study up and learn more about the storyline of her novel, because her novel is a historical fiction, and it is about 1708 Scotland, and about a Jacobite fleet of French and Scottish soldiers who are trying to land James Stewart on Scottish soil to reclaim his throne. So that's what her novel's about. So she goes to Scotland to research it. So she settles herself within the shadow of Slane's castle and rents out a little cottage, and it's really comfy cozy and a great place to write. But then she finds out that her story is actually more fact than fiction, and she starts to deal with some ancestral memories where her ancestors' memories are somehow being transmitted to her mind, and she kind of goes into this mindful state where she's watching all the events playing out through her ancestors' eyes. And it's really interesting because she's the only one who actually knows what truly happened that day because she's witnessing it through the eyes of her ancestor. And it's so cool. Okay, this next book I've only heard great things about, and so many people have read it and said, Sasha, you gotta read this book. It is phenomenal, and I definitely wanted to read it for a long time, and I cannot wait to finally delve into the storyline, and I'm hopefully gonna be doing that in the next few months. And that is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This book is about a girl named Marie, and she goes blind at the age of 6. And then when Marie is 12, the Nazis occupy Paris, which leads her father and her to flee to her uncle's house. And with them, they carry one of the most valuable jewels from this one museum. Then there's the other character named Werner, and he grows up in a mining town in Germany. And Werner, he has great skills with building things, which lands him a place at one of Hitler's youth academies. Then he has a special assignment to go track a resistance, and that leads him to the town that Marie is in. And that's where Marie's and Werner's stories converge and wind together, and I hear that it's such an amazing story. Like, it is phenomenal. The next book I have is Brooklyn by Colm Toibin, and this book was actually a film that was an Academy Award nominee. I'm not sure if they won anything, but I heard that the movie was fantastic and I cannot wait to watch it, but I want to read the book first. So this book is mainly about a girl who lives in Ireland, and she moves to the US, to Brooklyn, to kind of start a new life. And while she's in the US, she meets a guy and they fall in love, but then something at home brings her back home, and it's about her conflicting struggles from living in the US and living in Brooklyn and having her love in Brooklyn, but having her family in Ireland and the struggles that come with that. I hear it's such a beautiful, romantic, but also compelling novel that is just so beautiful and so wonderfully written, and I really want to read it before I actually watch the film, and it's not very long, so I'm really excited. If you want to get to know more about this book, definitely go watch the trailer of the film because I hear they're very similar, so really pumped to read it. The next book I have is The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend by Katarina Bivald. This is about a woman named Sarah, and she lives in Sweden and travels all the way to Ohio. I know, random, right? Ohio. I can say that. I live of the Midwest. We're all very random states. And she goes to Ohio to meet her pen pal who also reads books. So it's her book pen pal. I love those. I have tons of book pen pals. Hey, Gemma and Casey, love you girls. However, once she gets to Iowa, to the small town of Broken Wheel, she finds out that her book pen pal actually passed away. And she comes in the middle of her funeral. That sucks. But instead of leaving Broken Wheel, she actually stays there and opens up a bookstore with all of Amy's books to kind of honor her and honor her memory. And it's really a beautiful story about community, about loss, and about love, and about how even the most random places you could find happiness. So I'm excited about this, like super pumped. I've heard really good things about it, and I've been reading the Amazon reviews, and those are phenomenal. So very, very excited, especially because it has something to do with readers and books. So I love those types of stories because I can relate to them so much, especially like book pen pals. Like I have book pen pals. Do you guys have book pen pals? Because I just love sharing just stories in the written word with people that aren't necessarily within arm's reach, but people in different countries, because they have different experiences with books than we do over in America per se. And it's really fun kind of comparing those, especially comparing covers from different countries. And it's amazing what friends you can find through the internet, because internet strangers are the best strangers. But be safe, guys. Be safe, kids. Okay, so all these books I'll be linking down below. Oh my gosh, you attack me, books. You attack me. But all these books will be linked down below if you want to go check them out. So that is all for today's video. These are the books I plan on reading that are adult novels. I use that word as an example. I'm not even sure if that's like a genre name or how you would call them. But these are books that aren't in the young adult section that I really, really want to read very soon, and probably will read very soon. If you have any other recommendations of adult novels that you want me to read, please let me know down below your favorites. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!